into?
I'm an alpha female. Mark is an alpha male. We are both strong-minded individuals. So when it comes to putting both of those positive charges together, it can really just kind of explode.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to be dissecting this Real Housewives of Atlanta episode. I normally don't watch reality TV shows. I feel like it's just so obviously scripted. But this particular episode just really caught my attention because the dynamic between Mark Daly and Kenya Moore is so important when we're talking about feminine and masculinity. And I feel like her language is like pretty masculine, and I'm like, wow, I definitely need to make a video about this because I recently made a video on how to look more feminine and more attractive. Definitely check that out. I'm going to put a link in the description as well as on the card over here. But yes, it's just so important to understand and note masculine language. So before we get to it, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's watch this clip.
So to ask her about the wedding, how romantic I was on the wedding.
That was definitely the happiest day of my life. Second to winning Miss USA. That's it.
It was
Second happiest day.
Neck and neck, you know.
You gotta understand, winning Miss USA is a big deal.
So there's nothing wrong with being proud of your accomplishments. You know, having a title like Miss USA, especially being the first or the second, I guess, Black girl to win that title, I know that is so important and so monumental. So, you know, I definitely understand Kenya Moore saying that that's her, you know, most happiest day over her wedding day. And also Candy actually mentioned over her baby, but okay. But one thing that you guys have to understand that makes that statement masculine is because she has a tendency of making it seem as if her sole accomplishments, meaning that her accomplishments that she made on her own, are more important and weighs more value than her accomplishments with her man. Remember, a masculine provider wants to feel that his work and his existence and presence with her is needed, is important, it's valued. So I'm not trying to say, you know, lie and say, oh, you know, Miss USA is not important. But instead of saying it blatantly like, oh yeah, our wedding day basically is the second most happiest day of our life, she really should have just said, you know what, I loved our wedding day, and it was so magical, da-da-da, this and that, add some fillers. And it's really not even necessary to add Miss USA. You don't have to add that. Don't overly add your accomplishments. I mean, come on, we're talking about your wedding day. This is something so important. So that's one part that Kenya Moore made a mistake on. Let's continue to watch.
Mark did want a prenup. We don't have one.
You guys want a prenup?
No.
Like he didn't even want to have the conversation.
We never talked about a prenup.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you're revisionist history.
No, I'm not. We definitely talked about a prenup, and you said you didn't want one.
I never had a discussion about prenup because for me, you bring a prenup to me, it's over. Yeah,
Well, I think that's how strongly you felt about it.
I'm not gonna marry someone if I have a prenup. If you like with me, you all the way with me. Or you're not with me.
I started off my career in the entertainment industry. I was a corporation since I was 17 years old. I'm a self-made person. Now, if you help me build something, that's different. But if I had something before
I helped her do Kenya Moore hair care. Kenya Moore hair care was a mess. I helped her. I never asked anything.
Excuse me?
It was a little messy. I'm like, here's how we're gonna fix it. Just do this. That's what we do.
Mark's a dirty player. He's the type of person that'll grab dirt off the ground and throw it in your face.
Now, when I saw this clip, I was like, because I was a little bit skeptical on why Mark felt that, you know, they do not need a prenup. I do understand his position in saying that he feels that if, you know, it's a, we're in a marriage, then we should be together, everything should be one. I get it, I get it. By the way, Mark, he has an accent. I think he's like Caribbean or something. So maybe it might be cultural differences. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's continue. So Kenya says, I'm a self-made person. That right there, I almost stopped the clip just right there. But that was such a huge problem. Have you guys noticed right when she said, I'm a self-made person? Mark was like, whoa, hold on. That's when his energy changed. He was like, I helped you build or, bring back Kenya Moore hair care. So let's dissect this language real quick, because this is very, very important. When you say I'm a self-made person, you're basically saying that I don't need you. I don't need a man to help me out. Plain and simple. That's how it translates to a man of means, a man that's a provider, right? And notice right after she said that, he said, I helped you make or, build up Kenya Moore hair care, right? So he's just trying to basically add his own, hey, I'm needed. He's in reality, he's not doing a good job, but he's basically trying to show him why he's needed in the relationship, because what Kenya Moore doesn't understand is she is pushing him away out the door, and she doesn't realize that. She's trying to tell him that he's not needed. So I understand why he said that, because she got a little bit offended when he said, I helped you with the Kenya Moore hair care. But it's just so important, ladies, to watch your language when you're talking to a man that's a provider, because you don't ever want to make your man feel like his existence is not needed. So let's continue to watch.
Let's just say you guys see that, okay, we don't get along, this is not working, it's more volatile than it is peaceful, let's go our separate ways. But let's say she decided to turn into that bitch and be like, you know what, I want part of Soka.
Good question. You know what I told her? You can have it. I'll build another one. I told her that. She can have everything. Just take it all.
I had the same attitude.
You can take everything. I don't care. I built it from scratch. I'll do it again.
Ooh. So would you put that in writing?
Heard what she said now, y'all.
That's like a legal documentation right there.
I'm his legal counsel. Strike that from the record.
Hey, you know what? He's intoxicated. He wasn't in his right mind.
She can't have the overseas stuff. She has everything domestically. I got the overseas stuff. That's mine.
Is this your first marriage too?
It's not.
Okay. 1 year?
2 years.
Okay, 2 years. What have you seen in this 2 years? Y'all still newbies.
No, it's true. Honestly, we're different in a lot of ways. Ken likes a little flash, you know what I mean?
So when you say flash, though,
Let me finish before because
okay.
you're jumping in and you gotta respect the conversation. Opposites attract, but you gotta respect people for their differences. And it's fine, but for me, I don't want to be Mr. Flashy. The flash it's not real.
I don't necessarily think I like flash. I'm a self-made person, and so I'm very proud of that fact. So with that said, I remember we had a conversation about me driving a Bentley before we got married.
So no, I didn't say that.
What did you say about my car?
Can I respond? I didn't say about the Bentley. I said, let's take care of the house before we take care of the Bentley.
But my house is paid for. So if I want to buy a car,
There's priorities.
it's my money. If I want to drive a Bentley, so be it.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
So I just wanted to know before I dive into a lot that happened in this clip was, did you guys notice when Mark said, I built Soko? Soko, by the way, is his restaurant. It's in Brooklyn. But anyway, he said, I built Soko, from the bottom to scratch or whatever he said. He's like, I can do it again. Did you see her face? Look at her face. Her face was not enthused, almost as if Kenya Moore is not used to having a man that basically does things on his own. It seems like I think we can actually come to a conclusion that it seems like she is used to having a man that's reliant on her. You know what I mean? If I've ever heard a man tell me that, I built this restaurant from scratch, because a lot of restaurants fail, first of all. The restaurant industry, is brutal. I would be like, wow. I would be like, that's honorable. I'll be smiling. But anyway, so yeah, her face almost, I can tell she wasn't very enthused by that. Now let's keep continuing. So he then said, Kenya, she likes flash. What he means by flash is attention. He's mentioned that before. He's mentioned that Kenya Moore is, quote unquote, an attention whore. This is what he says. She tried to stop him from talking. Then he was like, let me finish before you jumping in. So this seems like this might be common behavior in their relationship. Basically, she likes to dominate the relationship. She likes to dominate the conversation. As you can see in the beginning, she said she's an alpha female. So, that again, that is not going to work for a provider. Let's continue. Now, she says she's self-made again. Again, I'm pretty sure that Mark has heard this plenty of times in their relationship, which is going to turn a man off. She's like, I'm self-made. I'm so proud of it. And when she said, I'm like, oh man, she's really just like ruining her relationship or her marriage, essentially. And he said that something about driving, she drove a Bentley, this and that, right? So then she goes, if I want to drive a Bentley, it's my money. Bingo. You see? It's my money. That basically is saying that she does not need your money. Remember, a hypergamous woman, a woman that wants a man that's going to provide for her, knows that his money is valued. His time is valued. Okay? So she values her own money. She doesn't value his money. Okay? She's the type to call the shots. That's what she's saying. If he says something, she's like, okay, I'm going to disregard it. Right? And I just think that, she's really deteriorating her marriage right now. And, it's just really too sad to see that literally her entire language in this clip was not working. And I'm not going to say Mark is, just an angel. Trust me, I'm not saying that. We don't know the dynamics between their relationships. I'm just dissecting her masculine language in this particular video. Okay, now let's keep watching.
I care about people that matter in my life. My kids, I care about my family, the people who are real. So that's why I like hanging out with Todd and you. Even people say Nene, blah, blah, blah. Nene was nice to me the first time I met all of you. People tell me things about her, but she showed me the ultimate respect. Let me tell you what she did when I met her. She said, hi, Mark. Let me introduce you to my husband. I found that to be an incredibly respectful thing. She's nice to me. I'm not going to dog her.
I have to remind Mark, when you found out that Nene said, what am I carrying, like a buffalo or something, you got very offended by that because she was talking about your unborn child, and that made you extremely upset.
Say good night to everybody. Speedy recovery, Greg. You're always in my prayers. Thank you so much. She's going to have a buffalo, isn't she? So yeah.
It's inappropriate comment, but didn't she reach out to you after and try to apologize?
No, she actually didn't.
You told me she reached out to you
No,
and texted
she
you.
never tried to apologize. And I don't think she's ever apologized for anything.
So I don't know why you Nene have friction, but that's not me. So I don't have a problem with the woman. The woman's very nice to me.
But I was highly offended, and so were you, and I just wanted to remind you of that.
It's about respect and how people treat you, and that's what I kind of put at the forefront at this age. That's all I'm gonna say on it. No. Respect is key.
Why are you doing this to your wife? You see her face. You see she ain't happy with you right now. Why are you going on with this? Like, you supposed to have your wife's back, not Nene's back. Like, you're doing too much right now.
I will say this about Nene, despite the differences you guys have. She's always been nice and kind to me. But anytime somebody does something to harm her or make her feel a certain way, it makes me feel a certain way because I don't want to see her sad. If it affects Candy, I think it affects you.
You know, I ain't messing with nobody.
But I don't. But yeah, but even though we're not married yet, it's
We're
still
a team.
We're a team.
Mm-hmm.
How is everyone doing so far?
Can I have another drink, please?
Of course you may. That's my next question.
He'll have another one, too.
Are you trying to get me drunk?
So Mark says in this clip that, he felt like when he met Nene, by the way, Nene is basically Kenya Moore's arch nemesis. So, they don't get along. That's her enemy. And anyway, so he met Nene. He's like, the girl was a lovely girl. He said when she introduced her husband to him, he found that very respectful. Again, I do think he's from another culture by his accent, so it may be also culture clashes in here. I get it. American women tend to be more domineering and more dominant than women of other cultures. So I can see why they may be clashing. But anyway, he found that very respectful. And he's basically, if we could read between the lines, he's insinuating that in Kenya's face that she's not respectful. That's really what it is. And that was his point of him saying that, because I know that's very irrelevant, but that was why he was saying that. He just felt like Kenya's not respectful. And, I definitely do agree with Cynthia's husband. I felt like, he said, okay, well, even though, she may be nice, it's just good to have common ground, and in a marriage, listen to your wife. It's not, it just seems like at this point right now, Mark is over it. He's over her attitude. And it's a shame because I really like Kenya. I think that Kenya has, been told her whole life, you don't need a man. The same thing that many women are told, especially Black women are told for many years of their life. As you can see, Kenya Moore did not get married until she was like 50, right? Or how old is she right now? Like basically in her late 40s. And that's sad. A lot of women are deceived to think that their masculinity, their, being the strong Black woman or the strong woman is going to help them in life. It ends up hurting them. So it's just really a shame because they were a cute couple. But yeah, Mark seems like he's just over it. He's over her attitude. And I just really wanted to point out to you guys how detrimental, having masculine language could be in a relationship. But hey, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be doing more femininity videos, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one.